Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. Um, well, I know it's funny, my singing. I'm not a singer, but I can hum a little bit. And the funny part is, when my oldest daughter was a baby, when I would sing to her, every time I sing this one song, she started crying. Every time I sing to her, she just started crying. So, I knew then I wasn't a singer. But you remember when mama would wake you up and mom and your aunties, they wake you up in the middle of the night and have you get up and perform for them? Well, my mom did that with us, I'm telling you. And back then I thought I was Gladys Knight and my two brothers was the Pips. You couldn't tell us nothing. We had our little group, and my mom and family members, they laugh at us, performing for them. But good family times, good family times. But it's gonna be some family members missing, because we got some problems with police brutality and injustice in this United States. We're headed towards genuine equality, trying to be one nation under God. But there's some evil people who don't want that. Evil people who want divisiveness, who want to see us come up against one another and want to see, a superior authority over a race, that is not even there. That is not even real. That's a myth. There's no such thing as that. And I believe they have believed that out of ignorance, out of years and years of just believing in that. And here's the Grow Program, because for 400 years our ancestors have been terrorized by three letters, KKK. And I have the fix for that. GROW. That's getting ready to put out the KKK, getting ready to put out racism, because the Grow Program is the end of the civil rights movement. It's going to end with genuine equality, and Africans are going to rise all over the world. We are going to stop oppressing one another and stop oppressing ourselves, as we have been subjected to trauma over these past many years. And here in the United States, I'm not sure about everywhere else, but here in the United States, they've been talking in the government, doing a study on reparations. I mean, I just don't know how you do that. The only study that I can see that would happen, that would really be good, is to build back in the community that the government ravaged with drugs. Start building up and putting jobs and manufacturing places. What's wrong with putting plants and companies, in the community, where an education against drugs, literature against drugs, because it's all in your mind. You can fly off to Timbuktu, and they gonna tell you once you get there, and after you go through all they meetings and all they training and all they group counseling, they gonna tell you in the end it's all in your mind. Stay away from so and so and so and so, but you really ain't gotta stay away from nobody, because it's all in your mind. And really, the circle that you keep, if that circle is not inspiring you, then you in a cage. You ain't in no circle. That's what's holding you down. So you need to think about the type of birds that you flock with, because you should be flocking in love, but sometimes, you got people who it's a spiritual warfare that we dealing with, and it's, they smile in your face. So you need to want to watch out for that. And I'm gonna tell you something. It's time out for being an enabler. See, that's what make people get it together. When you stop being an enabler, when you stop saying, hey, steady reaching for them, steady giving them this, steady bailing out here, bailing them out there. When you stop doing that, then they'll get it together. They will. And matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you something. It is a true story. My daughter told her dad, well, you ain't got to keep doing so and so, because if you stop, then I'll probably do it. Then I'll probably go and do what I need to do. She basically told him, and it's really the truth. We, help them, but not hinder them. Be a hand up, not a hand out. Get them some bus tickets and help them get, back forth to work or whatever for the first 2 weeks. We need to reach for the talented and lost, those who won't help. Because it is a better way. We're not put here just to be going through, and we are stronger than anything on this earth. We are stronger than the tricks of the enemy. We are stronger than that. We are stronger than the vices, of this earth. We are stronger than alcohol. We are stronger than drugs. We are stronger than cigarettes. We are stronger than food. Food is addictive also, but it's a mind thing. You got to say, hey, look, wait a minute. I want different for my life. I want to be in control. I don't want nobody else in control of me, running me, telling me, even these cigarettes, because either you gonna let them go or they gonna let go of you. Either you gonna let go of that alcohol or it's gonna let go of you. The alcohol is a trick of the enemy. It's a gateway to the other side. I'm telling you, to the evil side. And you don't want no part of that, because see, under that alcohol, you get to stinking thinking, sitting there plotting and thinking. And next thing you know, you flew off the handle. And the next day you sorry and thinking about what you done and said and all that, But, the alcohol, honey, is not the way to go. See, because you want to be able to meditate. You want to be able to focus on the Lord, and think on God, and meditate on some beautiful things, on some scenery, and begin to meditate on the beautiful things, because if you go the other way, that's just negativity on top of negativity. That's not good. That's really just the definition of insanity and a whole bunch of foolishness. So, I did call down to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and talk to them. And I asked them, I wanted to know what the policy was. And first I asked her, was it appropriate for a grown man to throw a 13-year-old to the ground, sling him to the ground, and choke him out? And she said, well, ma'am, that's under investigation. I said, okay, I can understand that. Well, let me ask you this. What is the protocol for interacting with the child? Is it police protocol, to grab him and sling him to the ground and choke him out? Is that police protocol? That's a clear question, I thought. But she said that's under investigation too. I wonder how that's under investigation. Because see, you either you do sling 13 children to the ground or you don't. That shouldn't be under investigation. But, that I didn't understand that answer. That didn't quite sound right to me. But, it's under investigation. So all we can do is wait and see what the investigation come out. But in the meantime, I want to see if I can send an email down there, and maybe I can get some policy, procedures on acting with the youth. Is that police protocol to grab him and choke him out like how he did? I don't think he want nobody to do his child like that. I really don't. See, we got a problem, with genuine equality here in the United States and white supremacy. And Joe Biden said that he wants to end white supremacy. And I'm praying and meditating that that's the goal of the Supreme Court, is to end hate speech, because no one should be able to tell no one that they don't belong in this country, especially Africans, who helped build it. We're going to rise from this oppression. We are going to rise from this oppression. We're in a spiritual warfare. This is a battle. We are not going to lose this battle. We are not going to give up on this battle. We are going to rise, dust ourselves off, and keep fighting on toward the mark of the high calling of God because we are conquerors. God loves us. We have love on the heart, and love drives out hate. We are going to rise from our situation. God is shedding light on you right now. And the beloved ancestors are manifesting beautiful things in your life, planning some things out. As you begin to forgive, you melting. That's growing. Forgive. Even though you don't have anything else to do with them, you still forgive. Begin to loosen up. It's going to be all right. Give it over to the Lord and let the Lord handle it. Don't you do nothing. Don't go there. Don't plot. Don't think. Don't do none of that. Stinking thinking, drinking, none of that. We're going to do better. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. And we're going to do this all over the world. God bless you. And the beloved ancestors keep you. And meditate on the positive. Focus on the good. Because the good spirits are not resting. They're not off sleep and resting while the evil spirits are up doing. It was all evil all in that house. Told me about what the kitchen was. The kitchen was a galley. It's not a kitchen. Corrected me when I said that. It was in my face. I could feel the evil spirit in my face. But the good spirits, you don't know that they're there. That's why you say they're resting, because you don't know they're there. They don't do nothing. They don't throw bottles and slide stuff across the table and do all kind of different things like evil spirits do. Evil spirits want you to know they're there, because they're evil and they're plotting and doing things. But the good is working behind the scenes, just like they did with the Grow program. Something blossomed beautiful, out of something evil. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom all over the world. Let's rise.